already done a notice of motion to recommend that helicopters become a prohibited activity. So that was a big part of my work in November, was trying to establish what was happening and what the best way forward was with the helicopter application. Otherwise, I think I can take the report as read, but very happy to take any questions.
Any questions or comments on Alex's report? Glenda? No? Okay. Julie?
Yeah, I just had a look, and actually I think that's last month's report.
It is, yes.
Attached. So yep. I'll table this month's report right now. I think that the highlight of it is around our Three Waters submission that we made, which, there's been a number of feedbacks that we've given on Three Waters. This one was quite technical in nature, relatively speaking, asking quite specific questions around, regulation of the new entities. But otherwise open to any questions.
Okay, any questions? I'm afraid your second report can only technically be tabled next month, but we'll look forward to formally.
If I table it before the meeting ends, it can be attached to next month, right?
No.
No.
Next month.
Oh,
yes.
Oh,
yeah. No, it'll be on next month. Don't worry. Yes, absolutely.
You
just can't table it for this meeting. You're tabling it for the next one. That's absolutely fine. Any other questions? Okay, Graham.
Yes, has my tabled report been, I know it didn't make the agenda, but I sent it last week. Has it been tabled?
No, it can't be tabled because it wasn't approved in time. It will be on the agenda next time. You're welcome to speak to it. Don't worry.
Yes, I will. So the one item I do want to mention is the Rose Road Plaza submission, which was made. Special thanks to Gabriel Gatti, who put in an incredible amount of work contacting local businesses and local community groups, and got 7 or 8 letters of support. It's now with the Auckland Transport Selection Panel for review. We understand they'll be making a decision around February next year, and fingers crossed we've got a very good chance on that. I think that's all I need to talk about. Thanks.
Okay, any questions or comments on Graham's report? Okay, Adriana.
Kia ora, thank you. Well, my report is on my website, and let me have a quick look. I think since I've made it live, I have had 41 views already. So I feel that it has quite a lot of coverage compared to the back of a council agenda. There is a video interview that I did with one of my stellar constituents, Mark Van Carthoven. And I have also shared the link of another of my stellar constituents' interviews with Radio New Zealand, Bruce Somerville. And I just briefly, just because I'm very, very stoked that this term we have been able to work alongside constituents that have actually given positive things to our whenua and planted natives and taken care of our spaces and opened our doors to our community. There's the Haka Noa Reserve Community Group. There is obviously the No Mo and Grey Lynn, which the Haka Noa Reserve people are already sharing a space in Rose Road Gully. I'm very thrilled to see all of that. I just think in general, being able to see all these small community groups work alongside the residents associations and the local board to be able to plant things and to give love back is just so meaningful for me. I have some positive news for all of those people that love Hobson Walkway as much as I do. The notice of works has been announced, so we will have all these little bits of the walkway improved for all of us to be able to enjoy. It's not the outcome that we wanted as a whole new ramped up walkway, but it's actually going to be usable, so I'm very stoked about that. Though Cox's Bay Bridge is almost done. The Well Park Bridge is almost done. We've had so many playgrounds opening up this year, and now, due to all this amazing work that the community has done, and obviously community facilities and our parks team, we will be able to see more pollinator pockets opening up in the new year. We have other community groups that have been inspired by Mark and Bruce and Wendy's work, and they're already reaching out to me, seeing if they can do work in their local areas. And I had 29 film applications since I took over the role of the quitting. So that's been fun. I've learned quite a lot. Make sure that, I've learned quite a lot about all the filming that happens within Waitemata. We've done quite a number of landowner approvals. They're also on my report. I haven't put in lots of my meetings because honestly, most of the meetings have been online on Zoom, and it would have taken me a numerous amount of hours of copy pasting everything from my calendar back onto it. I have to let you all know that I've started back with my business. Yay! For those who didn't know. And also I am coaching swimming again, so I am hella busy. And I guess that's me, you know. Oh yes, please, a message to all of you to please make sure you plant bee and butterfly friendly plants around your house, because I've done it and it's quite thrilling to see so many butterflies and bees in your backyard. Thanks.
You're on mute, Richard. You're on mute, Richard.
Hey, sorry, yeah. Okay, Alex, did you have a question or comment? You're the one that's on mute now.
Me too now. Sorry, it's infectious. Adalana, I think your report is absolutely awesome. But I actually had a question for Graham. I'm so sorry. I didn't get in fast enough last time. But loving your work. So my question for Graham is just around transport to the beach. Keep having conversations with people who say, oh, still you need to have a car in Auckland if you want to actually do the fun stuff. If you want to live a decent life. So I know there's been a lot of advocacy about the bus going all the way to Coyle Park and going to the beach, and the other broader strategic relooking at the network to go up to Uriwa and stuff like that. So I was just wondering if there'd been any progress on that front.
We did have a workshop. I'm trying to remember if it was all of us or if it was a Friday workshop where we gave feedback saying that despite Point Chev being outside our area, we certainly support the reinstatement of the bus all the way to Coyle Park. Other than that, no, there has not been. I suppose the Tamaki link extending to Westhaven in the future will connect it up with other buses at Victoria Park, allowing people to get from the western suburbs to, say, Mission Bay or St Heliers. However, the Waitemata Western Beaches, no, there hasn't been any proposed changes to bus services to those.
Would it be possible to perhaps raise the chance to have a conversation next year, perhaps extending the 105 past Western Springs Football Club and all the way to Point Chevalier Beach? It's bizarre. Takes so long to get there by public transport, and yet it's not really that far away as the crow flies. So
yeah, my understanding is the 105 is looking at terminating at Cox's Bay instead of Point Chev, but we can certainly keep asking them.
Thank you.
It's a beach.
Oh.
Okay, any other questions?
I just wanted to add that Mark's video has had 434 views since I posted that as well.
Goodness. Okay, I think we're on to Corinne now.
Okay, kia ora, am I off mute? Hopefully I'm loud and clear. Kia ora everyone. So Yeah, just in terms of my portfolios and Māori outcomes, that topic of beaches has been very interesting for me coming into summer because I've had a number of conversations with my mana whenua whānau, including Ngāti Whātua and Ngāti Pawa, about Ōkahu Bay and the fact that it is across the road from a cemetery. So that has just raised a number of concerns with me that I haven't had a chance to kind of come back to staff about whether there needs to be signage around that as well, because as mana whenua, we're aware to kind of be at one end of the beach due to the fact that there's the cemetery on the other side. But I mean, it's something that I definitely want to look into going forward, and just in relation to all of our beaches around, if there are any kind of cultural aspects that we may need to look into in the future. So, yeah, that's one thing that I'd like to kind of look at. We had our mana whenua hui, which we only, we had one Ngāti Pawa person. Of course, that's my iwi, so I'm very grateful that Harley jumped on with us. But I think it's, even if we have 1, 2 or 3 mana whenua who attend those, it's always an opportunity for us to continue building those relationships, to actually learn new information, because I'm learning new information as well every time I'm having those kōrero and hui and listening to the stories about Waitemata and specific sites. So I do think that it's great that we continue to have them and that we have our mana whenua hui early next year. I'm really excited that the board can move in that direction. In terms of the city centre, although that's not that's not what I hold, I obviously am very concerned about the fact that so many of our families are in the apartments through the lockdowns, and it just shows how important all the amenities are for our whānau, the beaches, access to all of those services. Great news that the pools have opened. I've managed to take my twins to the pools in Parnell, which was really awesome. So I think all of those things are really starting to lift, but it will take it'll take some time for people to start to trust and kind of get out of their that thinking of being able to leave their home and engage back into society. So particularly with the city centre, I think it's really important we encourage that as much as we can. The activations with a lot of the events will be really positive. I know that we've had obviously down there at Komititanga the opening of the lights, and there's some giant baubles I hear that are going to be down there. Heart of the City have announced some really good things around the Christmas period. For example, Smith & Co's has got the Enchanted Forest. There's a number of new exhibitions that are coming up across the city centre. So Maritime Museum, for example, have got some really great things going on, and I'm looking forward to some Michelangelo copies that are going to be at the Altair Centre in the new year that we can go and visit and take our tamariki to. So I think, all in all, it is looking positive, but we still need to continue to support our particularly our vulnerable whānau where we can. I know that Ngāti Whātua Ōrākei continue to be the lead agency in terms of vaccinations. So we know that there's still a lot of work to do in terms of vaccinations in the city centre, especially with particular apartment buildings. So we'll continue to keep in touch with them alongside those things. The 3D seat, I wasn't there at the opening, but I heard that it went really well. And the po from Ngāti Whātua at Sale Street, Wellesley Street, looks amazing. So, just finally wishing everyone a great Christmas. I've managed to get myself a second-hand e-bike as well. So I will be cycling around the city centre. And I have put a little challenge out to myself and to any of my friends and whānau to try and use, obviously, public transport over the Christmas holidays with your tamariki, to download the app and just, challenge ourselves to really do that as much as possible. Kia ora, have a great Christmas, everyone.
Thank you. Any questions or comments on Corinne? Okay. Glenda.
Thanks very much, Richard. I've had no portfolios until tonight, so I haven't had a lot of portfolio responsibility, but I've just been getting to know the various issues and the communities, walking around various parks to make sure I know what's going on. It was wonderful to be at the Good Citizens Awards last night and see all when was it? Friday night, to see all the great community groups and people get their awards. I was also at the Po in Sale Street, and that was a very moving experience. Thankfully, it wasn't a very big walk from where I live. So I've just been getting to know things, and so I don't have a lot to report. So, yep, have a great Christmas, and I'll be busy on those films that I've been given from Adriana, looks like. Hopefully there's a slowing down of them over Christmas, but I don't know.
Right, any questions or comments, Glenda? Okay. I'll move that the Waitemata Local Board receive the written report from Deputy Chair Bonham and Member Sandilands, and receive the verbal reports from Member Gunthorpe, Member Avendano Christie, Member Leone and Member Fryer for December 21. Okay.